Alright everybody, welcome to NGS Season 7. This is a Division C West game between Team Rainbow Strike Go on the left and Can't Counterpick Stupid on the right. Can't Counterpick Stupid, as you know, was your C West finalist. See some great stuff coming out of them as we get into this draft on Cursed Hollow. Let's see what Team Rainbow Strike Go wants to pull out. I don't have that much information on them. I don't think they've done NGS before. I know that they were part of Heroes Lounge last season. So, we'll be looking forward to seeing what kind of competition they can bring to us here in NGS. Thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you Odd Thought for the host. Appreciate it so much. As we get through this first ban, On is going to be our first ban of the night. Pretty solid ban, just a typical average good ban for healers. Just keeping them. She's got great denial of healing. Just a very overall strong healer. And on a map like Cursed Hollow, it's pretty standard. Those overall strong picks are going to be probably your best choices to ban in the early parts of the draft, especially when you don't really know the other team all that well. And a Falstad ban. Probably looking to deny that global, perhaps a little bit of scouting, maybe a bit of a targeted ban. You don't usually see Falstad in the first ban spot, but perhaps it's just that global value on Cursed Hollow. It's a big map, so you can get a lot of value out of that global. And just, I play Falstad. He is annoying to go into on this map because he can poke you on that point for days. And we'll see the second ban coming out of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Anurak, another standard tank ban, still very strong even despite some couple of, you know, quick little tiny nerfs to him over the last few patches, but still very strong overall. I hope my mic's not cutting out. Thank you for alerting to me that, Keladorn, and I will do my best to make sure that
I just fixed it. Alright, well thank you so much, and we see a Zeratul ban. Another one of those kind of standard bans in higher level play, but maybe not see it so often in C. However, we do see Diablo as a first pick, very strong tank for Team Rainbow Strike Go. That's going to give them nice hard engage, excellent opportunities to kind of get in there and mess with whatever CCS wants to do. They got to be careful, don't overextend, because I know CCS and
Victory
those
for the
two heroes are going to do a lot of damage. Sylvanas and Raynor, and I have it on a little bit of suspicion that
for the alliance above all,
be trying to, oh no, my mic. Come on, Mike.
with every
Mike, working? Alright, awesome. Okay, I have it on suspicion that CCS might try to go Juice Pirates here, and Sylvanas and Raynor are a pretty amazing combo for that. You shut down the tower, which gives you even more time before you have to pull off the Sanctification, and you've got Raynor, great auto attacks. Giving the attack speed from Tyrael is going to help tremendously. I'm going to deal with whatever the volume issues were. I'm hoping this fixes it. And then we have Cursed, Hanzo and Anduin, both good picks. An Arthas ban, interesting ban. I'm not really sure where that one's coming from. I know Volkamer's talked about Arthas a little bit in Discord, so perhaps they're just suspecting that that's what he likes. But now we've got, there we go, Tyrael and Lieutenant Morales. That is 100% going to be a Juice Pirates.
Not working on me. I'm hoping you guys can still hear me. I'm having mic issues. I might have to second to fix it. I might switch out to a different mic after the draft. I'm hoping you guys will still be able to hear me.
bring the mega death.
This realm needs me.
ETC and Li Ming. ETC and Li Ming. And then we get a Samuro in response, so another great auto attacker. But ETC and Li Ming, I'm wondering what their response is to shut down, even with the ETC probably going to go stage dive, just to get that global value, and the response to this Juice Pirates that's coming in as my head just gets all frazzled because of the microphone issues. I hope you guys can still hear me. If I'm quiet, please let me know. Yeah, I gotta deal with fixing these things. I'm gonna switch over to a different microphone. How do I get... We're doing it live.
Test, test. All right, perfect. Awesome. This microphone should work a lot better for you guys. Let me know how my volume sounds. I just can't deal with the other microphone. I think the cable is coming loose. I think I need to replace the cable at some point. So we're just going to set that guy off to the side for now and talk to you through this lovely thing. So, you know, my nice $200 microphone that doesn't work. So we're going to talk to you through my like $50 headset mic, and I hope that sounds great. All right, so we're getting into game one. Cursed Hollow. Cursed Hollow is one of those maps where I'm going to be really interested to see how well Team Rainbow Strike Go is going to be able to respond to the Juice Pirates out of CCS. But before we get started, let's go ahead with our introductions. On the left, we have Team Rainbow Strike Go with Fluffy Waffle on ETC, Kingleberry on Hanzo, Silver on Diablo, McLoser on Li Ming, and we have Sudden Bears on Anduin. And it looks like they're cheesing top. We've got CCS on the red side with Valkymer on Lieutenant Morales, Osprey on Raynor, Deathshade on Tyrael, Madathi, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, on Sylvanas, and in the bot lane, we've got Samuro being played by Silma. So we're seeing this cheese top lane. I have no audio in game, so I hope you guys can't, I'm assuming you guys can't actually hear that right now. So cheesing top right now. They're going to get a lot of value out of this. At least one tower? No? Okay, apparently this good response from Team Rainbow Strike Go. Rotating up, but they are leaving the bot lane open, so there still is quite a bit of value out of the soak that they are getting right now. They did miss soak mid because they had 4 top, so it's pretty even actually. We've got Team Rainbow Strike Go just slightly ahead because of faster clear mid, but they're getting a little bit of value bottom with the Samuro. Most of the fighting is happening right up here in top lane. We still have 3 in top lane. If they can't get much more value out of this, they need to split up and make sure they're ahead on soak. Right now they're at level 2, just barely before Team Rainbow Strike gets to level 1. But when you're playing Juice Pirates, you want to be ahead in levels right up to level 10. So that once you get it, you can just immediately go, because you're going to be dead the second half of the map for most of the time. You're suiciding into these towers, into these forts, into these keeps, and into the core. And if you're not getting value early game, this does not work. Alright, so we're leaving Morales top to have Sylvanas and Tyrael take this camp, this bruiser mid. I'm going to try and get the sound issues fixed while we have a little bit of a lull as we see people just kind of returning to lanes. We're getting our siege here by Team Rainbow Strike Go between Li Ming and Anduin. So both responding with camps top lane. We also see now Osprey moving onto this camp in bottom lane to get the siege. So a little bit better on the camps play by CCS. just a little bit more on top of those. But remember, it does leave these lanes open, so they actually did give Team Rainbow Strike Go a chance to catch up on the soak, and they are actually now ahead. And at this point, hitting level 4, I'm going to go ahead and show you those lovely talents, and then immediately hide them from you as I move in here to fix my audio. Nope, that didn't do it. I think we're going to run without audio in game 1, simply because I might have to restart my client to get the audio to go through my headphones. So that's unfortunate, but you guys can still all hear my beautiful voice, right? All right, so we're getting started, heading towards the first tribute spawn. They are still very even on levels, 5 to 5. We do see that camp finally picked up here. It was a good play by Osprey to hold it, to just get it to the point where they can cap it and then hold it, rather than have to cap it right away, because now they've got that camp pushing during the tribute spawn, and this might be a free tribute for them. It looks like it's going to be. Team Rainbow Strike Go is not responding. Instead, trying to push mid. I think I falsely claimed that this camp goes top. This camp definitely goes mid. Osprey getting caught out of position a little bit, but makes it out alive just barely. The engage from Diablo is dangerous at this level of the game, and I'm getting a little bit of lag. I don't think that's on stream. I think that's in game. Let's see what the issue behind that is. I haven't dropped any frames. My stream health is still good. This is like unwatchable lag though. So we do see Team Rainbow Strike Go hit 7 a little bit before, but they're still pretty even. I want to know what's up with this lag. This is bad, guys. I'm gonna do a real quick thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and go down to low. Sorry about this, guys. Yeah, I just got disconnected. I haven't dropped any frames. I haven't dropped any amount of stream health. I'm sorry about this, guys. I don't know what's going on with my connection to this game. I hope you're not missing too much. Stream health is fine. Man, this is so disappointing. It's like I pay for all this really fancy internet and it still doesn't work. Like, this sucks. I'm so sorry, everybody. There are 2 other games going on right now, so if you want to go check those ones out, then that is totally fine. Wow. I've never had it be this much of an issue before. I'm gonna have to shut down my client and try to rejoin the game. Ah, man, this sucks. We go from yesterday not being able to get a game to start. Oh. Stay. Are you reconnecting me? No, you're not. All right. I'm so sorry, everybody. This is just one issue after another. I can't appear to ever get a stream to work. Please, in the meantime, go ahead and check out one of those other 2 games going on right now. I can get you where those are at. You've got... Oh man, where are they? I just posted them in Hype. I'm so sorry, everybody. It's not even exiting. There we go. It exited the client. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm doing my best here to try and get things restarted. I feel really bad about this. I'm trying to get the client to restart. If you want to check out the Stroke 87 or Mongoose_22 with the other two games that are happening right now, then feel free, and I can just hope that you come back in about 10 minutes and watch the game 2 and maybe the rest of game 1. I'm really, really sorry about this, guys. I still haven't dropped a frame. I still have perfectly good stream health. I don't know what's up with the internet not letting me on to Heroes. I am very, very sorry for all of the issues that you guys have been seeing right now. This is all on me this time, and I'm hoping to resolve them. I'm hoping to get everything fixed, and I just appreciate you guys sticking around. It's man, dude, it's disappointing. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in my internet. I'm not disappointed in either of the teams. They're doing great. Team Rainbow Strike Grow is doing really, really good response to the Juice Pirates thus far. Just kind of keeping up on Soak, making sure that CCS doesn't get ahead. That's the biggest part about Juice Pirates, is playing the early game properly. And then once they start to juice, you have to respond. You cannot try to base race them. They're designed to destroy your base so quickly. That's what the auto attacker's there for. That's what everyone else is there for. Let's rejoin this game that was in progress. Rejoin. Reconnect. Let's get it going. Let's see where they're at. And I hope everyone sticks around for Game 2, Game 3, all the future games that come out of these two teams, because thus far they've shown pretty excellent responses to this off-meta draft, and I'm just excited to see how well the Juice Pirate's going when I get back. Honestly, that's probably the biggest thing. Alright, we're rejoining game. It's loading, I believe. Come on. I might end up having to get a new computer after this, because I'm almost 100% certain it wasn't my internet. I might have to put my settings on low after this. Hey, at least you guys will have in-game audio, right? There's an upside. I'm actually 93% certain. That's just a random number, that it was the switching of my headset and all that maybe caused some of the issue. Come on. Load, load, load. You've been stuck there forever, I believe. I think at this point, we're probably hovering around level 12 to level 13. I want to say CCS has at least a fort, if not a keep down. If they have a keep down, this game looks really good for them right now. Reconnecting. We're back in game. We're back in game. I can hear things now. That's a good thing. We're halfway through reconnecting, although we started at like 3/5 or whatever. I can't do math. 3/7 of the way through. There we go. Yeah, Calidorn, you're right. I should burn my computer with fire. Thank you, Broom Boy. I appreciate the support. Sorry again for these issues. You guys get to hear the lovely sound of them catching up, but sounds like things are going away. Steam wants me to refresh my login. How about no? I think I might have found the issue. My computer appears to think I've been playing Rainbow Six Siege this whole time. I don't know what that's about, because I closed Rainbow Six Siege like 2 hours ago, but I launched it I bought it. It's new. I'm playing it with my friends, and I launched it. Okay, it's a exit Steam. I launched it just to make sure it worked. I didn't even get a chance to play it. Yeah, just go ahead and exit now. Thank you. We're almost back. We are almost back. Man, does Heroes need a new reconnect service. By the time I get back,
game's going to be over. Did I just hear the start of the game? What is going on right now? Anyway, I hope you guys have liked seeing my lovely face here, just waiting for the reconnect screen. I believe reconnection. Let's go. I can feel it in my blood. Yes, thank you, Keladorn. Shout out to Valkymer's mom. And we are back. CCS is not looking good. This is surprising. This Juice Pirates has not been very strong. It looks like Team Rainbow Strike Girl knows how to respond. They almost got this bottom keep, but right now they're taking top boss. They just took bottom boss, I'm assuming. Yeah, about 1 minute and 24 seconds left on that. It looks like the game is good. Well, and just as I say that, I get a little bit of lag, but not too much. Let's cross our fingers and hope things keep working.
Gather tribute.
And it looks like they might just try to finish here. They only need one more curse. I really wish I had seen what's going on, but I know Team Rainbow Strike Go has had to have an amazing response to this Juice Pirates simply because of the strength of... And here we go. That's a good defense. Yes, they need to not overextend here. Samuro back up and just defend the boss. Let the others go. You can Juice Pirates onto their bottom keep. You can hit that keep down and then end the game from there. But if you don't get this curse, which is where they should preferably launch themselves to with a 5-man advantage, they are on even talent tiers now. This curse. They're going to the keep. They're going to the keep. You need this curse. Without the curse, they can race you. ETC waiting for it. Diablo responding. If this is what they've been doing all game, I am so sad to have missed it. Oh my goodness. That was an amazing combo. I did not even think of the ETC Diablo combo. We do have... That's a little bit of an early sanctification. The issue is they needed to get the end here, and they're not going to. If you wait to hold the sanctification for just as the last of your team is starting to get low, it gives you the chance to get rid of those, and an early GG being called, but definitely accurate. You've got these 2 catapults Encore. You've got Hanzo play the gaming in, level 20 for TSRG, and CCS just not executing the Juice Pirates enough. I'm really sad we missed the middle of that game. When I go back and post the cast VODs, I might go and get your replays and just cast the middle of that game and cut it in, just so you guys get the top of the top there. Unfortunately, not enough in that last push. I think they needed to prevent that curse from happening because that's what let those catapults push in so easily. And we can see, wow, Hanzo getting a ridiculous amount of siege damage, Li Ming with a ton of hero damage. And I just think they probably fell too behind too early. But let's see what they're going to do out of the next one. And hopefully we don't have any issues with next game and you guys get to see the whole thing. Valkymer whispering super sloppy Juice Pirates. Seconded. I didn't see it, but I'll just go ahead and agree. That was not their best performance. Thank you guys, and we'll go ahead and get into Game 2 shortly, just after this. All right, everybody. We are bringing you Game 2 between Team Rainbow Strike Go and Can't Counterpick's stupid. Team Rainbow Strike Go took the first game despite Can't Counterpick's stupid Juice Pirate play. And now we are on Dragonshire, picked by Team Rainbow Strike Go. Looks like Can't Counterpick stupid went for the first draft pick this time around. Maybe they're trying to play something a little bit more standard. Maybe they're still going to Juice Pirates. Who knows? Let's find out. With a Malthael ban coming out first, that's an interesting ban. I'm not sure how much on the meta he is right now, but perhaps it's another targeted ban. I don't think we need to remake draft. Stop scaring me in chat lobby, okay? Everything was correct. It all looks right. Diablo ban out of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Interesting because they had a really strong Diablo, but perhaps they're not comfortable knowing they didn't get the first. They don't have the first pick this time, so maybe they're afraid of CCS picking him up. I know Diablo's a really strong tank overall as long as you know what you're doing. His win rate does not reflect it, but he is pretty strong. My bow tie's a little crooked. Look at that. Fix that. I don't think I fixed it. All right. And then we have Anubarak. So last time, Team Rainbow Strike Go banned Anubarak. This time, it's up to CCS to ban out the bug. Squish it. Don't let it in. Crush the bug. And then let's see what that ban is out of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Because I'd be interested to see if it's Ana or it is Ana. I called it. Let's go. My analyst skills are raising to the max. Oh, the Malthael Dark Knight. I didn't even think of that, but Cho'Gall is a pretty good thing to go once you banned out Malthael. That's a pretty good reason. And Anubarak with the Cocoon. I think you're right, Dark Knight. I think you are right. Let's see with the Johanna, though. I don't know if Johanna's one that you pick up when you have a Cho'Gall, but hey, maybe they know something I don't. I like where your head's at, though, Dark Knight. I'm thinking Cho'Gall after an Anubarak and a Malthael ban. If there's a Tychus ban after this, we could very well see a Cho'Gall. I was just thinking Anubarak standard ban. Okay, so it looks like the Falstad was a targeted ban. The ETC looked like they had strong play last game from what I saw. So if Silver's still on that ETC, if Silver can pull it off again this game, I see no reason why they can't take game 2. Falstad is very strong on Dragonshire. His globals give him the opportunity to come up and down and bounce around. I understand Cho'Gall on this map being able to kind of overload one lane, but I think it makes him really difficult to dominate all 3 lanes on this map. And with a Stukov Gul'dan pick, I'm not sure how much Cho'Gall is really in the works at this point. I would have loved to see it after a Malthael and Anubarak ban. Perhaps they're just planning on going 2 really tanky guys, or that Johanna just really doesn't like Malthael. Who knows? Maybe they have a really great Malthael player. I don't know much about Team Rainbow Strike Go, because unfortunately I don't follow his Heroes League. So let's see what this ban is out of TSRG. Arthas. Another Arthas ban. I'm wondering if this has anything to do with some of their play last season. I can't remember if it was CCS. I believe it was CCS that pulled off the Arthas Phoenix combo. And Volcomor has already selected. Making sure to point that out in chat. If we see a Tychus ban here, I would be very surprised not to see Cho'Gall. Anduin. He's a strong healer. His trait has a lot of value. I think his healing early game is a little weak. But once you get into like 16, which is pretty late game, he can get really, really, really strong healing between Lightwell and Varian's Legacy, or even between the, I can't remember the name of the Q talent because I never go it, and the other one, Desperate Plea. Malfurion, great all-around healer, great for those roots, helps set up with the ETC, helps set up with the Falstad. Let's see what this damage is. Another Hanzo out of Fluffy Waffle. Hanzo just absolutely crushing them last game, according to the numbers. So I would be very surprised to see that have gone by. Let's see what it is here, though. Perhaps they knew there was no Tychus pick, and they simply wanted to deny the Anduin that was played last game. Let's see what's coming. Lunara, so no Cho'Gall, and Yrel. Dark Knight, I liked where your head was at. There, thank you, Keladorn. Inner Focus is the name of the talent that I could not remember. So, Johanna, Stukov, Gul'dan, Lunara, Yrel. Lunara and Gul'dan, that's double poison. I like it a lot. Yrel's going to be able to dominate one of those points, push people off, keep those points for a long time. And we get Leoric out of McLoser. I don't know much about the Leoric pick because Yrel can simply dance outside of his... He can push her, she can push him away, and she can jump away from it. So he's not going to be able to keep his arm on her all that well. So I'm not sure about the Leoric pick after Yrel. But again, the Soul Lane's not completely about 1v1 dominations. I think Leoric adds a lot of value to TSRG's team overall. So I'd be very interested to see kind of how this plays out between the double poison going into Malfurion's DOT heals, or DOH, or HOT? HOT? That's the acronym. I know how to make acronyms work. And I'd be very interested to see... I know Stukov's healing is excellent. It's definitely going to keep up with the kind of damage that Hanzo and Falsight can put out, as long as he's protecting Lunara and Gul'dan. That damage is going to be there. And with a heavy, heavy front line like Johanna and Yrel, that is going to be hard to get to that back line. Yrel keeps you off. Johanna keeps you off. But let's get into Game 2 between TSRG and CCS. We have, on the left, Team Rainbow Strike Go with... They're moving around too much, so I'm just going to do this. Kingleberry playing Falstad. Fluffy Waffle playing Hanzo. Sudden Bears playing Malfurion. Silver on that ETC again. And McLoser on Leoric. And on the right side, we have Can't, Counterpick, Stupid with Volcomer on Johanna, Osprey on Lunara, Deathshade on Gul'dan, Madafi on Stukov, and Silma on Yrel. Looks like they're planning on cheesing top again. They might be able to get a pick on Leoric, and that is not a bush that you want to be in when you're Leoric. He makes it out. He pops that Ostian Renewal. So great talent choice there already. We're looking at level 1s. Pretty standard so far. Echoed Corruption. Spine Launcher out of... perhaps he just didn't want to be up in that front line between the ETC and the Leoric. So a little bit... It's a good choice for positioning. We do have Wingman out of Falstad. I'm wondering if we're going to see that Bird Box build. We got Target Practice out of Hanzo. Prog Rock. That makes sense. And Shando's Clarity. So it doesn't look like damage Malfurion, but definitely going to be helping give that mana back to the Hanzo, give that mana back to the Falstad. Both of them can definitely use it. See, the Soul Lane here, we've got Yrel beating up on Leoric in the Soul Lane. Just like I thought, he's not going to be able to keep that hand on her, which means he's not going to have the sustain to survive. Here, we do see, as I zoom out so you guys can see a little bit more, and also switch to my in-game tab so that I'm no longer covering this beautiful screen. We do see the camp, Siege Camp taken by CCS. Siege Camp is trying to be taken by TSRG. Looks like CCS is going to back off, just off to soak these lanes. Getting a little bit of soak mid. They're already ahead by about half a level. This top lane fight is not going well for Leoric. So I think they're going to have an easy time holding top if Leoric's the only one they send up here. But they do have the global value out of Falstad, who just made a very dangerous rotation through the rest of the rest of their team. And we see an immediate cap by CCS. I don't think Leoric's going to be able to stand on that. So we do see Hanzo here protecting mid. Falstad ready to fly top and help Leoric. Hanzo needs to get out of there, taking a ton of damage over time from Lunara. And those slows from Falstad are going to catch up with him and get the kill. They've got to kill these minions to channel, though. They're interrupting the channel, and the Falstad fly top helps them cap top just before the channel can finish. We are already seeing a great back and forth. ETC pinging danger. 3 members of CCS retaking bottom, but not quite retaking bottom as Stukov steps back off of it. Where are you going, Madathi? Alright, let's check out Hammer Gains. This is definitely Bird Box build. And we've got Q build out of Hanzo. Consume Soul. That's an interesting pick. Alright. I'll take it. Hey, I've got a teammate who plays Gul'dan a lot. Looks like they're collapsing on a false head here. He will be able to dash out, but the Johanna collapses in and does not let him escape. They do lose bottom for that pick, but I believe a pick like that is worth it. They don't have Falstad now for a little while. What's Falstad's trait at? Falstad just now has flight again. Whoops, how do I deselect Falstad? I'll select this minion, and when it dies, it'll go away. There we go. And we do see a cap by Lunara of CCS heading straight bottom, looking to get that bottom value. Guess they don't think they need the push top or mid. We do see ETC go down. Sorry, I missed that. I guess they don't need the push top because they've got Yrel into that Leoric. Yrel's coming mid to soak, probably going to head back top after that. They're just going to opt to push this down bottom, hopefully get that. You want this right here, because once you get this right here, bottom is now infinitely easier to hold in future channels. We do have a pause out of Kingleberry. Getting a little bit of lag. I haven't been experiencing any lag, so I'm hoping I'm not the cause of it. Oh, thank you, Osprey. I appreciate that. Why am I DDoS? I don't even know what a DDoS is. Oh, I do know what a DDoS is, though. I gotta pretend like I don't, but I work in IT, so, you know. I'm ready whenever Kingleberry wants to start. Ready. Alright, real countdown this time. We're getting back in the game. And I've got to do it. I got it. 3, 2. Pause, break. We are back. I didn't realize only referees could unpause. All right, so they do get bottom forward out of this. This is a good play. I don't know about heading up this way, but the gate is gone, so they are pretty safe. I would say just go for the Sippy. I would say skip past mid entirely and go for top Sippy, which is what they look like they're doing now that they're this low. They only have 3 seconds left, so they might just be trying to get out. I think this is a dead Lunara, although the ETC stun misses and Lunara makes it out. Did she go hippity hoppity? She did not. She went Sentinel Bush. As we just see now, this bush giving so much view. Alright. Let's make our way to bottom, where we do see this bruiser camp being taken by CCS. Much stronger play out of CCS this game. Just overall better rotations onto the camps. At least from what we were seeing last game. Just more time spent in lanes. Looks like they're going to invade this camp. It is a 4v4. And they do have good positioning. Gul'dan getting pretty low, but as long as Stukov's got his yep. Alright, he'll be fine. Select this wisp so that it'll go away, because I don't know how to deselect. If someone in chat can tell me how to deselect in the middle of a cat, like, that would be awesome. So we've got Johanna just kind of playing anchor here while they grab their siege. That was a great rotation. They just got 3 camps, all headed bottom, creating a ton of pressure bottom after they just got fort bottom. That is the way you do it. We do see collapsing onto Leoric up here is Lunara. Urel's just kind of sitting in the lane. Lunara looks like maybe she's coming up to help deal with this camp that was pushing top. Well, let's get back to mid where the interesting stuff is happening. We have 4 from CCS fighting against 4 from TSRG, but they look to be just backing off, waiting for shrines to start. I would like to see them push their advantage here. They have level 10. They have about a whole level lead, but about half a level to go for TSRG. I want to see them push this advantage. Take a fight. You have 10s. They do not. Now you have 11. You're almost a level and a half ahead of TSRG. You've got to be taking advantage of this. You can't just be sitting here giving TSRG the time to recover. And that's what they're doing. By the time these shrines start, TSRG has their 10s online. And let's discuss those 10s really quickly. We see Hinterland Blast. Don't ever go Hinterland Blast. It's all about Gust. Alright? False ad players out there, it's 100% about Gust. We do see Dragon's Arrow, Tranquility, Mosh Pit. Looks like Leoric's holding his 10. It goes Entomb. Perfect. I like Entomb. It definitely helps with setting up for Mosh Pit. We've got Blessed Shield out of Johanna. Leaping Strike, so that Lunara is not going to be standing anywhere for long. Horrify, definitely. Massive Shove. Okay, I can see picking out one of those targets like ETC, or even just pushing the Malfurion away. Nice Dragon's Arrow. 3-man stun, but can't cut through. And Lunara gets the channel. And then our last pick was Sacred Ground. Sacred Ground by Urel is an excellent pick on this map. She can drop that on either shrine and just be unmovable. You cannot get her off that point. She will be invincible, essentially, on those points. Amazing pick. Leaving mid just as we know it's going to die. Osprey opting for getting that extra push bottom. They're just leaving top lane completely open. We notice Urel's gotten the Sippy there as well. So, at some point. And now we're seeing CCS get this keep wall. I probably would have preferred them to just go for the mid, or go for the top fort. Make sure you get that extra push top with those catapults. But perhaps they're playing it safe, trying to keep top from pushing so they have a reliable source of soak later in the game. It's a little counterintuitive, but that is kind of how the game works now, ever since those 2019 updates. Yes, Keladorn, it was an intentional block there. Amazing arrow eats by the rest of the team, keeping them from getting on to that Dragon Knight capped. And it looks like they're going to press forward. They do have 13 here. Again, CCS, I want to see you guys push these advantages more. You have a talent advantage over your opponents. Fell Armor. This is a weird Gul'dan pick, man. And as much as I want to say, what a strange Gul'dan pick, I've got a teammate that plays Gul'dan, and he does not play standard Gul'dan, and it works just fine for him. So if it works for you, go right ahead. But take a look at the normal meta picks for Gul'dan and see if maybe they could do something more for you. We do see them. They grabbed their siege, then they grabbed the opposite siege, and now they are grabbing bottom Bruiser. Osprey getting a little low from this Bruiser, but nothing that Stukov can't patch up. This has been great camp pressure. We see Leoric getting a little bit of soak top, just trying to get that 13. They need to get a good, favorable engage once they're on even talent tiers. They're almost to 13 now. While I appreciate the safe play and getting the camps, I think they could have taken more advantage of the lead they had on talent tiers, especially around level 10, to really take some value off of TSRG in this game. They've been playing a dominant game thus far. Have they they've lost a wall? They've lost one wall. So, despite my criticisms, they have been playing very well. We do see ETC getting very low. Johanna keeping him in. The Leaping Strike going over into the silence, keeping ETC there, and ETC will fall as the keep falls bottom. And it's going to be so hard for them to cap bottom now. Are they just they need to back up here. I know they've got 3 Siege Giants, but they need to go cap that bottom, grab the guy. I guess they're going to push during this time when ETC's dead. Again, that Hinterland Strike didn't really do all that much. Maybe it kind of forced them away a little, but it's not nearly as much of a great engage and disengage tool as Gust. Please, Falstad players out there, go Gust. It's amazing. Your teammates will love you. We see Volkamer playing the safe play, going bottom. Good to send your tank alone. Looks like Falstad's flying top, potentially going to gank this, but it's not fast enough. Leoric's not standing on the point soon enough. They can't push her off. That sacred ground was not even used. And they couldn't get her off. What do we see? We see Root on the... Oh, Root on the silence. Stukov, you've made my heart so happy. They're just going to push straight onto core here. I think that's the right call. Dragon Knight's going to eat a lot of damage, but potentially they've got almost the whole team here. They are missing Yrel. That is an amazing mosh pit, but unfortunately there's just too much interrupt for it. The massive shove preventing ETC from getting value. Osprey dancing around. Osprey getting low. They have lost Gul'dan, so a lot of their damage is gone, but Osprey is still... Lunara is that huge amount of damage that they need. That was an amazing hold by Soma to get that point. Amazing hold by Soma. But also an amazing defense out of TSRG. Only lost ETC. Got the Gul'dan in response. Kept the core from taking too much damage. They are going to just rotate onto camps here. So that's fine. They rotate into mid. They'll rotate probably towards their own now that they've capped top by TSRG. So we're giving TSRG a little bit more time to respond, get level 16. Again, I want to see them push their advantage here. They've got a wave bottom. They've got a wave bottom. They see them all mid. You need to push your advantage when you have the level advantage. They're just going to keep playing it safe. They're going to delay the game as long as possible. Hopefully they can take another fight before 16 comes online for TSRG. Otherwise, TSRG has another chance to set up an amazing defense. Mosh Pit is still on a 35-second cooldown. We have all ults back up for CCS. Now's when they want to take a fight. Except TSRG just hit 16. TSRG now has all their 16 talents. It's going to be a lot harder to take that easy fight. They're going to go for the value mid. They're going to get another wall. Now again, I think perhaps CCS is trying to just play it safe because they know they have all their forts, they know they have all their keeps. But Kelladorn's right. This game is never over until the core is dead. There have been bigger comebacks in the history of NGS and in the history of HOTS as a whole. So a couple of good team fights out of TSRG and this game could be looking completely different. We see Yrel splitting mid to grab that extra soak, trying to get them to 20. They're still about 2 levels ahead. But with that fort gone, they're actually going to be losing a little bit of that soak, that easy soak they had top. We do see Yrel grabbing bottom. That right there is going to help her keep bottom so long. And there we go. There's the cap. So, interestingly, they've decided, all right, it's not going to work. Okay. Forces Tranquility out with the Blessed Shield. They decided, look, it didn't work last time. We tried to run it straight to core. We got annihilated. Core's back at full shields. Let's just push mid. But now they're kind of rotating out. They're trying to keep this thing alive a little bit longer than it lasted last time. Perhaps trying to just delay till 20. You're not going to get it with this Dragon Knight, unfortunately. Unless you get some crazy amount of soak mid and top right now. But you're all 5. So unless you get a pick or a couple of picks, you're not getting 20. Just gotta push in. Dragon Knight's taking a lot of damage. I would say push in from the left-hand side there so you're not taking this mid keep. And there you go. That is the ETC mosh pit, but it can't do much. Is that area? It is not. They just now got 20, and I think this game is going to CCS. They still have all 5. We have 2 dead, 3 dead out of TSRG. Deathshade remaining alive. Malfurion not able to finish him off. Malfurion going down, and the core goes to CCS. So, CCS takes game 2 in a dominant performance. much better played than your first game with Juice Pirates. So we'll see what they try to do in Game 3. We'll go a little bit over the stuff here. Blue team, which is TSRG, managed to get 1 kill on Gul'dan that whole game. That was where they were lacking. Unfortunately, that Gul'dan Lunara just put so much pressure on the back line with all of that poison that Stukov can just sit there and keep his team alive the whole time. So we'll go ahead, we'll switch back out, and we'll let the points show. They can't counterpick stupid. Game 2. I'll get back in contact with Kingleberry, and we'll head into Game 3 in just a moment. How's it going? We're getting this Volsky Foundry game set up right now. I just wanted to remind you all not to forget to hydrate. Beautiful. Hydrate. Alright, I'll see you in draft. Alright, we're starting it up. We had some chat about Spooderman with the hyphen or without the hyphen. As we go into Volsky Foundry, which was picked up by CCS. TSRG opted for the first pick, so we will see what CCS does with Volsky Foundry. Now, this is another map where Juice Pirates is very possible. I don't know if they want to try that because they seem to do very well with the standard play last game. They had very strong rotations. Excellent strategy on Dragonshire. That's something the team I play with. We never play Dragonshire because we can't play Dragonshire, apparently. Maybe we need to take a few pointers from CCS because that last game was beautiful. There was a couple of things they could have shored up, just kind of engaging more when they have advantage, and you know, pushing down when they had the chance to do so. But overall, still very strong. We do see a Nubarak banned out of Team Rainbow Strike Go. I almost said Rainbow Six Go. And a Malthiel ban out of... Are we going to see Cho'Gall? Another Malthiel ban out of CCS. A Nubarak's already banned. They already took care of the bug for them. They squashed it just like Spider-Man. Apparently, because the chat that's behind me just cannot stop talking about Spider-Man, man. Anybody see the new one? I've seen it. It's great. Let's see. Diablo ban, so another tank ban. Pretty strong tank overall. Pretty great on Volsky. There's a lot of walls around those points that Diablo can just crush you in. There's a lot of choke points in this map that make Diablo very, very strong. So, glad to see him gone. Won't give CCS the opportunity to pull him out. Interesting that they didn't opt for him in the first pick, just because of how strong he is and how strong they were with him. But, and of course the Ana ban. So Ana 3 for 3 tonight. Banned out every game. Just don't want to see her. Get out of here. We don't like your heal gun. It doesn't make sense. Stop. Go away. Oh my goodness. Chat, you need to stop, okay? Not you. Twitch chat, you're great. Lobby chat, can you stop, please? Johanna, out of TSRG. Good pick by Silver. I don't think we've seen them on Johanna tonight, but we did see how strong Volkmar was on Johanna, so perhaps it's just there to steal Johanna away. Johanna's very good. There's a spider in my apartment. Where? Oh. Okay. I did. I apparently have summoned spiders by saying Spider-Man too many times. Spider-Man has the power to control spiders now. Did you know that? That's not true. Muradin and Stukov. Stukov's a great healer all around. They were playing great with Stukov last game, so happy to see the Stukov again. He's really good for these kind of prolonged points because he's got a lot of sustain healing on top of that huge burst heal. And we see Anduin come out again. I'm hoping to see that amazing Anduin play. And another Hanzo. Oh, and we get kicked out of game. I will get right back to you guys. I think we had a DC out of Fluffy. So we will get right back to you. Sorry about that, and we'll get back into the game. Alright, we should be back. Apparently Fluffy Waffle's screen went black. That's never a good thing. Better than blue, though, I guess. Alright, we're back. Thanks for waiting, folks. And as far as how this, the draft is going to play out at this point, we're going to see the same draft up to this point. So we should see TSRG ban out Anub and Diablo. There we go. Anub, it should go pretty quick. Anub and Diablo, and then Malth and Anub, or Malth and Anub. Malth and Ana. Hey, that's not the right order. As long as they ban Malthiel here. Okay. And then we see Johanna picked up, and we'll see Muradin and Stukov picked up by CCS, and then we'll see Anduin and Hanzo. I'm just so good at calling this. Like, we're just snapping through them. All right. We're just snapping through them like so fast, but I already know what they're going to pick because I just can read their minds from this far away. It's pretty great. Fantastic.
With every death comes honor. With honor, redemption.
Anduin, Hanzo. Pretty great. And now we're seeing the third ban out of CCS. So I just can't remember names apparently. I start speaking and I don't know where my sentence is going by the time I'm done speaking. So I pause for like an exorbitant amount of time. I just made up a word there. I don't even know what I just said. Kel'Thuzad? What? What? All right. Kel'Thuzad ban out of CCS. Maybe they know something that I don't know about Fluffy Waffle or McLoser, but I just rarely ever see Kel'Thuzad even get mentioned in this game, so to see him get a ban out of that. Oh, Caledorn. Savaging his own team, saying CCS doesn't have minds to read. Ouch. And we see a Gul'dan ban. That's pretty smart. Keep them from getting that Gul'dan Lunara at the least, since that's what they were kind of going last game. And keep them from getting that double poison. Let's see what they're going to go here. I'd actually really like a Yrel again here, just because I think Yrel does really well on keeping these points. She can throw down her Sacred Ground. We see Lunara, Kael'thas. So Kael'thas is pretty great. If they don't spread out and they stay grouped on these points, they are going to have a lot of issues with Kael'thas. But other than that, you know, is that really your mantra, Wit's End? Because it's working. I don't know what else to say to that. So Death Shade on Kael'thas, Osprey and Lunara. Osprey's Lunara is amazing, by the way. We never let him play Lunara last season. We played against CCS quite a bit last season, and never once could we let Osprey be on Lunara, because if we did, we would have lost every game we played. Blaze and Jaina out of TSRG. We see Fluffy Waffle on Jaina. Fluffy Waffle, may I just say, despite your disconnect, I love your name. It's pretty great. Then we see McLoser. Still a pretty great name. Playing Blaze. I love Blaze, so I might be able to get a little bit of extra special attention to the talent choices there. And Alarak by Silma. That's an interesting choice. I think they probably throw Lunara into the offlane at this point. Or potentially Alarak. He can do okay there. Into Blaze, I would say you probably want Lunara just to give her the advantage of the range. So, what are you talking about, Volkamer? Don't tell me to shush. You're telling me to shush in the chat. So, what we're going to see out of this is we're going to see Johanna and Blaze be able to kind of just be those big tanky frontliners. Especially with an Anduin healer, he can kind of pull them out if they get stuck. They both have access to unstoppables on top of that. So, that should be pretty good. I'm really confused by this Alarak pick. I think a Yrel would have done way better here. But we'll see what they try to pull out as we get into Game 3 on Volskaya Foundry between Team Rainbow Strike Go, and Can't Counterpick Stupid. On the left side, we have Team Rainbow Strike Go with Kingleberry playing Hanzo, Fluffy Waffle playing Jaina, Sudden Bears playing Anduin, Silver playing Johanna, and McLoser playing Blaze. Thank you for the follow, Witsend. I appreciate that. And then we've got CCS. Volcomer playing Muradin, Osprey again on the Lunara, Silma, get your chat out of my face, Silma playing Alarak, Madathi playing Stukov, and Deathshade playing Kilthos. And let's go ahead and zoom out here as we get into Blaze heading straight bottom lane, not opting for this kind of mid lane brawl, no reason to really. We do see Ruthless Momentum on Alarak, great choice. Deathshade throwing out some of that taunt shade. And then we have New Habits on Blaze. Perfect choice. Love it, love it, love it. Renew out of Anduin. Okay, solid choice. Another Spine Launcher build out of Stukov. It was doing wonders for them last time. Those slows are helping Osprey stay on their targets. So I'm 100% for it. Volcomer eating a lot of damage, but his second wind, third wind actually, will just suck that right back up. So not a real big worry. They're going to be rotating 4 up to top to just kind of probably doing this 4-man rotation with 1 bot. They did miss a little bit of soak bottom. Looks like Alarak is now heading down to bottom to interact with his Blaze. Blaze is not going to have too much issues with Alarak so long as he just throws his W's down on the waves and stands back. That's a pretty normal, typical strategy. You just want to actually... I'd prefer to see the Blaze letting Alarak push the wave to about here, because Blaze has this nice fancy globe quest that once he gets 15, he gets the access to Unstoppable on his trait. So if he just lets this Alarak push up, he can actually get 2 globes out of every wave pretty easily, simply by making it too dangerous for Alarak to step up and get the globe. We do see TSRG is a little bit faster, but they're both on these camps at the same time. Osprey and Volcomer on Lunara and Muradin respectively kind of rotating down. Good escape out of Blaze there, nothing to worry about. So they both got 1 turret at this point. It's just pretty good. They grabbed him almost immediately, so that is pretty great rotations onto those camps by both of these teams, making sure they have them for the first objective and potentially making sure that during that first objective, the next one will spawn. Muradin's in a little bit of trouble here. He missed the stun, but I believe he still has his jump. If he doesn't, then he's playing like a crazy man. We do see just a little bit ahead on rotations here, but still slightly behind on soak, just simply because of that 1 missed wave bottom. They're grabbing their top camp now. I'm wondering if they're probably going to want to hold this for right when it spawns. There it is. Their timings are on point. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in is the first time spawn of the first point. So they're going to go ahead and grab that right now. Deathshade's going to reset for mana. And we're going to see Fluffy Waffle and Sudden Bears are going ahead and grabbing their camp for TSRG. It's a little bit later, but I actually think that getting it this late is going to cost them the early channel on the point. Alarak is a conveyor belt right away, and he just gets Show of Force. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't see very many people take that one. And they still get the first channel. So CCS looks like they're opting to take support camp now rather than go for the first channel. I think they know they need to clear. Good pull by Anduin. Just making sure that this team members here don't just collapse on that Jaina. But unfortunately, that does mean his pull's going to be on a pretty long cooldown, so you won't have it for this point. At this, they're going to have to give here, and it looks like that's what they're planning on doing. They know they've got the support camp. They know they've got the turret camp. The next turret camps are up in 15 seconds, so they were a little slow on those starts of the turret camps at the beginning of the game, but still both pretty great. Oh, thank you so much for letting me know about that. I'll switch myself right off. Appreciate that. Alright, and so we're seeing this fight on to the point right now. It looks like Blaze is taking a lot of damage. Didn't get really a chance to stand in his own wave. We do see the support camp drop, so they're going to have to back off until the support camp goes out. They do have 2 turrets. I like the placement of CCS's turret a lot better. You want that turret far up on the point. Force them to fight on it, because right now CCS can fight on this right-hand side of the point, and they don't have to be anywhere near your turret. That turret's getting no value. The heal from Anduin barely misses the Jaina, but Kael'thas might pay for being up that far, and he does. Tank went back to Sip, and nobody told Kael'thas. Looks like, yeah, Blaze is going to be fine. Blaze shooting back in. Let's see these talent choices out of Blaze. Grilling kill, oil dispersal. Okay, so I understand oil dispersal, help get the oils out there more often. Typically, if you're going to go grill and kill, as I stop commenting the game, typically, if you're going to go grill and kill, you're going to want to go the slow on... Oh, thank you, Celadorn. You're going to want to go for the slow on your W at 4, which adhesive petroleum. You're going to want to go for adhesive petroleum if you're going grill and kill, because it keeps them in your spots for longer while they're burning and helps you get those stacks, and then it helps keep that slow up for longer once you've completed the quest. So if you're going oil dispersal, I'd almost go cross streams at 7, whatever, I think that's what it's called, where if you land both hits it does some extra damage. Simply to get that extra damage out, because it's easier to land both hits with your bigger oils. So that's a little bit of a tip for the Blaze there. We do see CCS grab this protector. They took out mid-wall, or most of mid-wall, and then decided to come up top. Doesn't look like they've lost anybody to this yet. So pretty good defense overall, but they are losing a lot of top here. They did lose the most important thing is this right here. Right there. That's the most important bit. Is that well. So losing that well top is very disappointing in Volskaya Foundry. Simply because it makes it so much harder to get this second one. Now, again, we see CCS has a half a level lead. They have 10. TSRG is not going to get 10 for a little bit now, but a lot of it before they backed off. CCS definitely could have kept this fight top, pushed this out, prevented them from having this fort during the next objective. They're going to opt instead to just grab their turret and their top camp and get that counter push top. They might potentially be able to grab this later, but I think I would have liked to see them play more aggressive again out of having that 10 advantage there. A little bit of an engage from Valkymer. He did jump in, so he's going to pop Avatar here to make sure he gets out alive, make sure that Hanzo doesn't burn him and that Jaina. We do see this Kael'thas is stepping up quite far to try and get on the back line. That's very dangerous for a Kael'thas who has no escapes, and you don't have an Anduin to pull you out. Looks like they're calling to go on to the support. I would say leave the support, there you go, and push on to the fort. You can get the support after if you get the fort down with minimal losses. We do have a 4v4 here. Looks like Alarak's been trying to double soak. Blaze has just been soaking bottom. We do see Bunker out of Blaze. That's an okay pick, especially with kind of the although we did see Phoenix and Avatar, so no haymakers, no huge giant bursts, but it does cancel the DOT, so that's significant. Good ring keeps that, and yes, that is going to be that was an amazing ring. With an amazing light bomb to set it up. As we see, Kael'thas going to go down. Stukov barely holding onto that turret. Osprey's going to make it out alive. And Murden goes down as well. Yes, I do believe Celadorn and Akimbo, you are right. It is amazing setup for the next objective. Unfortunately, they'll be back up, but they're going to lose that support camp now. And they're going to lose the... they're going to lose that advantage they had in levels just before this, simply because of the picks and the people being dead preventing soak. We do see 3 people bottom kind of pressuring this Blaze. Blaze at 13, that's okay for 9 minutes in. Preferably he wants it before we get to the second point. Because if you can have it on the second point, you can help yourself a lot, deal with all of this CC. Looks like they still have 3 bottom here, opting to just try and push bottom rather than go for point. They are uneven talent tiers, and I am not so sure about this call. Hanzo's still soaking mid. They do have the point here top for TSRG, so there's not really a reason for them to put everyone up here until these members leave bottom. At this point, though, they're going to have to back off because we start to see CCS rotate up. And meanwhile, they're still doing this camp down bottom. So you're going to need somebody to come grab that. There you go, Fluffy Waffle. And yeah, they didn't back off nearly soon enough. This rotation came up way too quick. Good stun out of Blaze. Good unstoppable. Keeps him from getting stunned out by the Muradin. But they needed to, as soon as they saw them leave bottom, they needed to be off that point. Just immediately. TSRG, you can't... Oh, alright. Stop taunting on the point, mister. If you're going to do anything, dance. Alright, you're not dancing. How boring. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit more here, just so we can get a little bit better view of what's going on. We have mid being soaked here by Alarak and Stukov, and then we're taking the point for the turret. So TSRG does have the turret. They do have this camp now pushing. So that'll give them a little bit extra wave pressure here to help them push up because they are lacking this fort. But they're going to need to pull something off here, which is to push CCS off of this. They do have 5. Osprey's still rotating up, so they don't have Lunara here. TSRG needs to push now, and they need to push hard. Osprey is now in the fight, and they need to drop turrets right at the beginning of this fight if they want the advantage. That's an amazing light bomb. Keeps on the Stukov, keeps the Stukov from popping his healing. Unfortunately, the ring doesn't land due to the unstoppable. The bunker, I don't think your bunker's getting as much value as perhaps Combustion would have in this fight. Simply because Combustion with these points, again, really well fought out of CCS right here. Really well fought. I think, agreed, KT needed to take a step back, and Muradin is the one who wants to be on the point there. But really well fought. I think Combustion out of Blaze probably is the better choice. Fuel Leak is definitely the best choice here. Gives him that healthy escape and an extra fuel, especially with oil dispersal. Just helps keep the oil spills up and in your face and in the way. Again, I just don't know how much value Bunker gets here. Combustion is so great on this map simply because they're all forced to stay on the point. So they either tank all that Combustion damage or they get off the point, and that's what you want. So good on CCS here, actually, to pull away. I know they have 16. I know I've been saying press the advantage, press the advantage. They don't have a wave top. So they're just going to use their 16 advantage to safely grab this support camp, which will help them on the next point. I'm happy that they grabbed this because they got... They got the keep, which is good for them in the future. They're going to want to set this up by killing this mid wave later. Let me make sure I'm not on full zoom out. Okay. Yeah, the light bomb was a good cast, but then there was no follow-up simply because CCS was on their backline already. So I think perhaps a light bomb into the backline would have been more prevalent for them to kind of prevent Osprey from moving around, prevent Alarak from kind of having his way. Alarak's at 157 sadism right now, by the way. So that's pretty significant. That's the other bit I wanted to talk about. That Combustion can get 2 free seconds of channel that is unstoppable when you go New Habits. Juggernaut Plating. This is my least favorite Blaze talent. And I'll explain a little bit why. I know I've been going really hard on the Blaze. He's one of the only heroes here that I actually play myself. Let's get back to this. We see Jaina just barely doesn't make it out of that Phoenix. As they do push bottom and they get this value bottom out of their advantage, and now they're at 2-level lead. They're gonna get bottom fort out of this. They do have a wave coming up. Muradin's playing a great job here, just staying in their face and not letting TSRG get on the backline. And so that's been really well played out of Muradin, just stepping up and tanking. Alarak needs to be careful here. He does not want to lose his sadism. Hanzo has the potential to burst him down. Bunker will save his life here. Light bomb completely wasted there. Make sure you're calling those out when you've got light bomb. It's very hard to use an uncoordinated play. This is coordinated play, so in your voice chats, you got to say, I got light bomb for you when you're out of the bunker. That's as quick as it has to be. He's not making it out of this one. And he gives the... make sure that if you're almost about to die and you know you're not going to make it out, just drop that turret if you get the chance. I know with CC it can be hard, but you just got to make sure you drop that turret. Johanna barely surviving that. Has to pop her shield. As CCS just pushing hard. The ring doesn't get any follow-up. It's a completely wasted ring. They're still pushing hard here. They've got push in mid. They've got push top right up onto core. Core is taking damage. We've got 4 catapults and a wave on core. And TSRG is not doing anything about it. This could be game. This could be Winions right here. Jaina finally responding after losing 50%, 44%, and Hanzo goes down in this fight. They're keeping pressure bottom, knowing they had push top. This is the CCS that I know from last season. They're gonna get this bottom fort, or bottom keep. Sorry, they're gonna get Johanna. Just ignore the point and push to core at this point. Core has no shields, 29%. Push on to core, end the game right now. You have 20, they do not. This is when you have to end the game. And that's what they're gonna do. Good job, CCS, and GG to both teams. We'll go ahead and get CCS in here for a post-game interview. I want to talk about that Blaze Talent Juggernaut plating just for a second because I didn't get a chance to because things just kicked off way too fast. But congrats to Can't Counterpick Stupid. So, going back to this Blaze Talent. Juggernaut plating, now I played Blaze a lot. Juggernaut plating is arguably the worst talent on that tier. Simply because Juggernaut plating provides you, okay, read the 50 spell armor for 3 seconds, and then gain a shield equal to 125% of the spell damage taken while it was active. So you cut the damage that you're taking from abilities in half, not all abilities, but spell abilities, in half, because some abilities deal physical damage. So you cut that damage in half, and then after 3 seconds you get a 125% shield of the damage taken. So you don't get 125% of the original damage, you get 125% of the 50% reduced damage. So already that kind of sucks. But the second part is, it's just a shield. You have to take the damage to get the shield. That provides almost no value. You're taking damage in order to gain a shield that, potentially lasts some amount of time. But if we take a look at Blaze here, and we take a look at his other talents at 16. We have Heat Treatment, heal for 75% of the damage dealt by Pyromania, which provides him with an amazing amount of self-sustain while he's standing on his burning oil spills, which heal him. And then you also have Thermal Protection, which reduces the jet propulsion cooldown, so it gives him way more stuns, and also gives him 10 armor for 3 seconds for each person that he hits. So if he gets a 3-man hit, that's 30 armor. That's armor. That's not physical armor. That's not basic attack armor. That's just straight up armor. So that's Juggernaut plating just gives you spell armor. That gives you straight up armor and reduces your cooldowns on your stuns, so you can do stuns more often, which combines well with Fuel Leak, which helps you keep those oils out more often. Sorry for the kind of Blaze breakdown here, but we'll get to the interview in a second. But I think either of these options provide you with more sustain and better armor and better tanking and peeling ability than Juggernaut plating does. So even if you're into a heavy spell damage team, I would argue go Heat Treatment or go Thermal Protection. I'd say Juggernaut plating needs some reworking before it's going to be in a point where it's viable. All right. At that point, let me go ahead and get up our winning team. Let me say, hey, lobby. Let me find an open lobby. Hey, lobby 4. I'll hop into this lobby. Make sure I get CCS's logo up there. It's so tiny. Go ahead and put
Hey,
hello,
Arcane.
hello. How are you doing, Volcomer?
I'm doing great.
So, let's talk about those games real quick. Congratulations, by the way, on the Week 1 2-1 victory over Team Rainbow Strike Go.
Thank you.
All right, so game one, I only got to see the beginning and the end of it. Because unfortunately, I think switching out my mics at the beginning of the cast, I was having some microphone issues, caused Heroes to get really mad at me for some reason, and just quit out on me.
Yikes.
So, Juice Pirates, huh?
Absolutely, Juice Pirates. May all of the Nexus fear our very sloppy Juice Pirates.
All right, so, despite not being able to see very much of it, I think probably the potential there was in Juice Pirates you have to get a lot of value early game in order to be ahead going into that level 10s, so that you can kind of afford being dead for the second half of the game as you suicide onto them. So kind of tell me what you think went wrong there.
We had some early advantage, and we didn't push it enough. We kept letting them match us where we had Samuro. I mean, we just had to keep them outside of experience range, and we were ahead. We could have picked on a couple forts, things like that. One of the pivotal mistakes is that I did not know that you send medevac with E. I was sitting there smashing my R key. Go, 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 go. We're going to die. We're going to die.
Oh, I'm sad I missed that.
And it's the E button. It's not the R button.
Indeed it is.
And so I got my whole team killed because I did not correctly launch. But I only made that mistake once. The rest of the time, I think if we had been randomizing where we go, they knew we were coming bottom. Well, we could have knocked out top fort, and then they were chasing us there, and we could have waited for our low cooldown and kept them chasing. So we weren't abusing that fact enough.
Okay. I agree with that. Just from what I saw at the end there, I think that's pretty accurate reflection. So now you guys were Division C West finalists last season, so good to see you guys back this season in C West. And these last two games that you guys threw out looked very strong, looked like those C West finalists that I knew from last season. So tell me a little bit about what your strategy is on Dragonshire in Game 2, because you guys were very dominant on that map. You lost one wall the whole time, maybe one and a half.
Yeah, and Deathshade fed.
All right.
We almost had a perfect game, and then he was like, I'm the squishiest person. I'll be in front and die. So, I have been working closely with another team who is actually in Division D last season named Stranger Pings, and I stole one thing off of them, and then I really wanted to showcase what we had been talking about on that map, and we were aggressive, we kept the camps going, we kept the rotation going, and fight as they might, I don't think Rainbow Strike Go could quite keep up with us. And shoot, Silma on that Urel, oh my, he was incredible.
Yeah,
he seemed to defend that top for 10 minutes, and then we were like, oh, maybe we should cap before, they all collapse on him. So.
I think I do have to give MVP that game to Soma, just doing absolute work on Urel. I really like Urel on those types of maps where you just need to sit there and hold a point. And I know she's kind of fallen out of the meta recently, but when you've got your, what's it called, Sacred Ground? When you've got your Sacred Ground, you're basically impossible to get off of a point. So when you have games like that where you need to sit there and hold a point for 10 minutes while you guys push bottom, then Urel's perfectly fine to do that. And especially into someone like Leoric. I mentioned it during the game, but Urel goes really well into Leoric simply because he can't keep his hand on her. Between her being able to push him away and her being able to jump away from him, he simply can't sustain himself off of Urel. And then Urel has her own self-sustain that doesn't really require him to be around. And it makes it very hard for Leoric to engage with him.
I was super impressed with Soma's Urel this game. I loved it.
Well, I'm sure they're happy to hear that. Let's go ahead and move on to that Volskaya Foundry game. Just excellent macro the whole time. On top of camps, on top of rotations, on top of those points. kind of forcing them off when they needed it, getting all the value you needed out of each protector, and making sure that you guys had the chances to push on to the bottom fort before the third protector spawned. The biggest thing that I was noticing that game, and I noticed it a little bit in the game before, is when you guys have that talent advantage and that man advantage, it seems like you like to kind of back off, grab camps, and play a little bit more safely. And I'm wondering what the incentive is there, rather than trying to keep that pressure up.
It probably goes back to some of our early programming, where we really used to just kill people with spoons, and so we are trying to get better about that. We've talked about that as a team, but we have trouble at times pressing our advantage, and we're trying to find those points and improve on those points, because we like winning, and winning becomes much more rapid when you put the game on easy mode. So we're trying to make it so that we have that more often.
Okay, that's fair enough. I wanted to talk about Osprey's Lunara, man. Is a scary thing.
No, he's got a lot of work to do on it. There's other people who are far more worthy of bans. You don't want to let Dominator have Maev. You don't want to let Tin have Phoenix.
Okay.
I'm sure that you can find other characters to ban, and we appreciate you, jerk, drawing attention to it.
All right. Well, I'll cut it out then, and I'll give you a chance to shout out anybody.
We're not afraid of people taking Lunara. He's got a couple other aces up his sleeve that if you take away his Lunara, you'll have to see.
Well, all right. Some threats coming out of CCS over here.
Absolutely.
So looking forward to seeing you guys in future weeks, and I just want to give you a chance to shout out anybody that you wanted to shout out at this point.
Hi, Mom.
Great. Hi, Valk's mom.
Shout out to the team. They played great tonight. We recently added Madathi and Deathshade to the full-fledged roster, and they played great tonight. They allow us to shoot for a few of those earlier times and really make it so that we keep our rhythm going throughout the season. So I really appreciated that. Osprey, you did great tonight. He's the one that's been dissecting Dragonshire with me, so great work there. And Silma, our ever strong silent type, just busting out heroes and playing them so well. He is fantastic on his mechanical skills, and we love having him on the team. So shout out to you, Arcane. Shout out to NGS and all that they put on. We really do appreciate it, even if I'm a butthead in chat. And shout out to the Nexus Edge panelists that did say that we would win. So thank you.
They believed.
They did.
All right, well, I'll let you get to bed then, Valk. Thank you so much for joining me for the interview, and I wish you best of luck in your future games.
Thanks, Arcane. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. All right, guys, so that was TSRG, Team Rainbow Strike Go, versus CCS in our Week 1 Division C West game. Just excellent play out of CCS in those last two games. Sorry about the first game, having some issues. And I just want to give a quick shout out to all the casters tonight. We had 11 games tonight in NGS, and we got every single one of them casted. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm hoping that we can do it again on Thursday, when I believe we have like 13 or 14 games going. So stick around, guys, because we've got a ton of content coming your way. If you like the cast, please go ahead and give me a follow, and I will be back around every week for casts as much as I can. I am just ecstatic that things work now, and I'm happy to have everybody that come here with me. So hope you all have an amazing time, and I'll leave you with this. If you like NGS, please check out the NGS Patreon. See the link to follow.